Alright, welcome. This is going to be a ranked game against El Capitan. El Capitan was the 339th ranked gold Axis player at the time of this game. And with that, we'll get right to the gameplay. Alright, Russia round number 1. So I am still sticking with my West Russia jam strategy. So I just bought 8 infantry with Russia. And then we are going to hammer West Russia. Alright, we lost only one guy in West Russia, which is great. We are going to send this fighter to Archangel. These two guys are going back. No, we're not there. This guy's going to Szechuan. We're going to go... And we're going to go with one guy there. The sub is going to C-Zone 7. AA gun is going there. Both AA guns are going there. This fighter is going to Egypt. Alright. Oh, and this guy here is going to... We'll send him to Russia. And then all 8 infantry will go into Russia. Alright, that'll be the end of Russia round 1. I'll see you guys back for United Kingdom round number 1. Alright, United Kingdom round number 1. So Germany bought 11 infantry, 2 artilleries, took the Caucasus, took Karelia, took C-Zone 7, and that was it. And then he mobilized an artillery and an infantry to Italy, an artillery and 9 infantry to Germany, and he landed all of his aircraft, bombers and fighters into France, which is, I mean, pretty good. That's pretty solid. This is interesting though, going over here to take Ukraine. Oh, he didn't have to take Ukraine, but moving that. He took the AA gun. Let's see. He didn't even move anything. Okay, that's interesting. So he didn't move any troops or anything. He just moved into his 16 to avoid getting killed by United Kingdom, which is pretty good. I'm going to set up to kill it with United States. And I'm not going to drop United Kingdom fleet yet, but I am going to drop it soon. All I bought was 2 airplanes, 2 infantry, and a artillery. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly blitz Libya, sorry. Take Libya. I'm going to take my destroyer, my bomber, and 1 fighter. And kill the cruiser. I'm going to kill the transport with the other fighter. And then I'm going to send this fighter and this cruiser, kill that stuff here in 61. And that is it. That is it. Let's see. I think that's it. Yeah. All right, combat was okay. We did lose the destroyer in C-Zone 7. So we're going to send the bomber over to Kazakh, and we're going to send this fighter. We're going to keep the fighter in United Kingdom. This fighter's going to West Russia. We're going to move our infantry over here. We're going to move our cruiser back up here to 10. We're going to move our aircraft carrier to 17. One fighter to 17. And our transport over to 17. We're going to take 2 guys over there. So we'll have 2 guys there. This guy's moving up. We are going to grab 1 guy. Go to 40, grab the guy off of New Zealand, go to 41, take the sub and the cruiser. And then we're going to move this guy over to Western Australia. Fighter's going to Szechuan. All right. I think that's it. All right. I think that's it. All right. So 2 infantry and an artillery going to India. 2 fighters in the United Kingdom. All right. That's going to do it for United Kingdom round number 1. I'll see you guys back for USA round number 1. All right, United States round number 1. So, Japan bought a transport, 2 artilleries, and an industrial complex, which he put in Thailand. So, this is a hard press for India. It's going to start putting tanks in there. Which is going to make me have to trade Burma, I think, a bunch of times. But we'll see. Then he attacked Anhui, and I did not lose a man. 4 infantry and an artillery, and he lost 4 infantry and had to retreat with the artillery. That's unbelievable. And then he killed my stuff in 61, which we thought. And he did Pearl, and he had a pretty successful Pearl. And he didn't lose anybody and took Burma. So that's going to be an issue for me. So, my initial plan was going to be to kill Germany first anyway. So I went ahead and bought an aircraft carrier, 2 transports, and a destroyer and 2 infantry. And we're going to go ahead and set up for a Shuck, either a Med or a Norway, Finland. So, but we are going to take our destroyer here and our fighters and kill this cruiser. And then we need to set up to kill this battleship here. Alright, I think that's all we're going to do. I think that's all we're going to do. Okay. Alright. So combat was as expected, we killed the cruiser, but we lost the destroyer. Fighters are going back to... One's going back to central U.S., one's going back to west U.S. Our cruiser is going into 12. Our destroyer is going into 10. And our units... And this going into there. We're going to have our fighter go into Gibraltar. Our bomber into United Kingdom. We're going to move this guy back. Grab those 2 units and drop them in Central America. I'm pretty sure, I hate doing counting on bombers because I miscount them a lot, but I think we're safe in 19. I'll take my battleship down there also. And then we're going to send our AA gun up there. And this guy is going to go up there as well. And these guys are backing off into Sinkang. These guys are backing off into Kazakh, and a fighter goes into Transjordan. So now we've set up a trifecta here to kill this battleship. If he goes this way and tries to kill the plane by landing stuff there, we should be able to counter it with maybe the bomber and a cruiser and 1 fighter. We'll have to see. But anyway, that is going to do it for America. Alright. Our aircraft carrier, our destroyer, our 2 transports, and our 2 guys all go to Eastern United States. Russia is buying 8 guys. We are going to take Kwangtung and get some free money. We are going to take 1 artillery and 2 infantry, which I hate to do, but I really want to take the territory. Then we're going to take 2 infantry and this fighter. And then we're going to take 9 infantry and this fighter and do the Caucasus. All right. Let's get it done. All right. Combat was really good. All right, our fighter's gonna go back to West Russia, I guess, and this fighter will go to West Russia as well. And then we're gonna move these 2 guys here and move everybody back. I mean, this was a success. He's going to trade them. It's not a good idea for Russia to trade this many troops. I didn't really want to, but I couldn't just take one of these. This one was easy because we can stack it. He's not going to be able to... I mean, I guess he could hit it with, what, a bunch of planes? No, he really can't. So I'm not worried about the Caucasus. And these Americans may need to go down to India. That might be the best spot for them, is to go down to India. So I can trade this even better. I don't know. We'll have to see. Let's see. I think that's it. And our 8 infantry going to Russia. All right. That is going to do it for Russia round 2. And I will see you guys back for United Kingdom round number 2. All right, United Kingdom round number 2. So, Germany bought 11 infantry, a destroyer, and an artillery. And then he took Libya with his tank blitz. And then he did what we thought he might do. He took a couple guys and killed my plane in Gibraltar, took it, so that I don't have a landing zone. He also killed my American fighter, but that's okay because we've got a counterpunch with USA for that. Took Ukraine, took Bello. All right. Philosophically, I'm ultra defensive with Russia, so I'm not going to keep trading these territories. So what I'm going to do is I ran the numbers, and if I land all my fighters, well, actually, I only need 5 fighters in here, so I need to land these. Actually, oh yeah, so I can take that fighter and do something else with it. But I won't. I'll just land the fighters there. So I'll have 6 fighters there. Maybe I'll throw 3 fighters down here. Maybe I'll put 5 fighters and leave a third one down there in India. Or maybe I'll send it down here to the Med. Maybe I'll do that. Or maybe India. Anyway, with all of his air power in Karelia, so I can get this down to like a 2% chance for me to lose it. So 97% to defend by putting all my Russian shit in there, and then landing the fighters. I'll be fine there. As long as I take France and Northwestern, none of the air power. Well, one bomber. The bomber can attack. So I'll have to take France and Northwestern with USA. Right? I'll have to do that. So all I bought was 2 infantry, an aircraft carrier, and a fighter. 2 infantry and a fighter are going to go into India. And the aircraft carrier is going to go... Did I buy 3 infantry? No, 2. Yeah, I banked 3 because at the end of this turn, I'm either going to have 34 or 35 to spend by banking the 3 because I'm going to hit Burma and Morocco. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take Morocco. So let me grab a tank and an infantry. Go down to 13, take Morocco. I'm going to tank blitz Libya again. And then I'm going to hit Burma. 2 guys, a fighter, and a bomber. And that's it. That is it. That's only 5, so I'm going to have 26. 17 and 9 is 26. 2 artillery, 4 tanks, and 6 fighters, or 5 fighters. Well, with 6 fighters, it's down to a 1% chance for him to take it. So I can actually leave one of my fighters in C-Zone 8, which I might do. I think I'll do that and put 5 fighters. If I put 5 fighters in West Russia, 2% chance for him to take it. Let's see. He loses everything. And I'll have a handful of stuff left. Not a lot, but a handful. All right. I think that's all I want to do. Yep. Okay. Alright, combat was horrifying. No hits for any of my air power and double hitbacks in one round from his defense. That's bad. That's really bad. Really fucking bad. Let's see here. Alright, so let's take the cruiser down here. And then we're going to send one plane to C-Zone 8 and 2 planes over to West Russia. This guy's moving forward. Let's see. Let's move these guys forward. And we'll kick him out of Africa. Maybe I should move these guys back to Persia, though. I'm thinking maybe I might. What do I got? 1, 1, 1. No, it's not enough. Let's go. We'll take 1. Move 1 back to Persia. And then we will grab the submarine is going to go to 39, and then everything else, the transport and the cruiser is going into 25. All right, so that's what, 5 fighters. Alright, I'll have 2 fighters there and a bomber. Alright. I think that's it. Alright, aircraft carrier goes there, and then the fighter, 2 infantry go into India. And we got 35 money. We should have 36, but that was just a miserable fucking failure. An absolute fucking failure. No hits with air. That's so bad. Alright, I'll see you guys back for America round number 2. Alright, USA round number 2. So, Japan. I bought 2 more transports, 5 infantry and an artillery, and he's going to stack. He's probably going to have... He'll have India pretty soon. I think. Depending on what Germany does here, I may have to vacate West Russia next turn. If I do that, for 1 turn, I can send all my fighters down to India. So I might have to do that. He then took Szechuan, took Anhui, because I backed out of him. Took Soviet Far East, and then dumped everything in Kwangtung. Lost nothing. So he didn't lose anything. Pretty immaculate. And then non-com, he moved his destroyer to 36. Took a bomber over to Thailand. And moved a fighter back over to 61. Shit, he may be able to take it right now. What has he got? 2 transports? No, he doesn't, because he's only got 2 transports there. But he might. I don't know. I'll have to look. I don't know. That's interesting. But anyway, I still got a hard press towards Germany. So I just bought 6 infantry and artillery, another transport, and a fighter. And then I banked 2 IPC. I'll have 50 to spend next turn. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take all 3 of these guys, and we're going to go to C-Zone 8. and drop those guys in France. And then we're going to go to Sea Zone 8 and drop that guy in Northwestern. And then we're going to take our cruiser and hit this with our bomber and our fighter. And I think that's all the combat we're going to do. This is tremendously important. I think the battle's going to go until I lose everything. Hopefully I kill the battleship. He's got to go. The battleship has got to go as soon as possible. And like I said earlier, as long as I take these two territories, I'm safe from the air power here. All right, let's see. I think that's it. Get rid of cruiser. Or bomber. Let's get rid of cruiser. Alright, combat was mixed. Actually, combat was really good. We did lose the cruiser, but that's okay. This destroyer's not going to do much. We are going to take our aircraft carrier and go to 13. We're going to land this fighter on it. We're going to take our bomber and send it to Egypt. We are going to take this fighter and go to Sea Zone. Actually, send that fighter to Africa. This fighter is going to 13. Our battleship's going to 12. We're going to pick up these guys, and he's going to 12. Our destroyer is going to 8. These two infantry are going up to Canada. This destroyer will go... he doesn't have his bomber is here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think he can get anywhere. 3. No. We'll send it up here. And then these two transports will go up here as well. Right? Yeah. And then on this side, these two guys will go to Novo. These two guys will go to Persia. Right? Yeah. All right. All right, we'll put a transport, 5 infantry, 1 artillery, and we'll put 1 infantry and a fighter. All right. How did I not? Did I calculate that wrong? Oh, I must have my math then must not be working. Okay, so for the Soviets, how many artillery? I don't want to have 9 units. Oh, let's not do that many. In fact, let's just do 8. Bank 7. We're making 22, so we'll be making 29. which will get us another 8 and change. We'll just buy 8 infantry. I don't know, maybe... What do I have here? I have... It's 24, it's 31. I could buy a fighter and 7 infantry. No, I think I just want extra infantry right now. Yeah. Alright. Alright, we are not doing any combat with USSR. Alright, for the non-com, everything is going into West Russia. One guy's going into Archangel, 2 guys are going into... Vologda. Yep. And then 8 infantry are going into Russia. All right. All right, that's going to do it for USA 2, Russia 3, and I'll see you guys back for United Kingdom round number 3. All right, United Kingdom round number 3. So Germany bought 11 infantry and 2 artilleries. Took Libya with his tank. Took the Caucasus because it was undefended. Took back France. Took Archangel and took northwestern Europe. He did not lose. He lost an infantry in France, but didn't lose anything anywhere else, it looks like. And then he moved his fighters because they went to France and northwestern. They went back to Germany. So they can still hit West Russia, but they're not in Karelia anymore. So I ran the math on West Russia, and I should be able to get it up to 95% to defend. So we can stay in it for at least this next turn coming up. I am going to be maintain super aggressiveness with Russia. I'm sorry, not with Russia, with United Kingdom. Super defensive with Russia, super aggressive with everyone else. So I went ahead and bought 2 more fighters, 3 artilleries and an infantry. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tank blitz Libya again. I'll take the money. And then we are going to use our destroyer and our aircraft carrier and our fighter and attack the destroyer. Then we're going to take 1 infantry, go to 15 and drop them in southern Europe. We're going to take this guy here and 3 fighters and hit the Caucasus. We're going to take an artillery and an infantry and 2 fighters and a bomber and hit Burma. And then last but not least, we're going to go to Sea Zone 8, pick up an artillery. Wait a minute. Do I have enough? I have 2 transports there? No. I don't have another transport here. Why would it be giving me the option of loading it? Go here. I don't... Oh, you know what? I don't understand this here. I only have 1 transport here. I don't have any transports here. That's the weirdest thing ever. Oh well, we're going to go there. We're going to take this that has one left. And we're going to take this. And we're going to drop it there. We're going to use the fighter. And we're going to use the cruiser. Right? Oh, no. Yes. Okay. That's right. I'm pretty sure that's right. Alright, this should be infantry, artillery, fighter, cruiser. Okay. That's right. Alright. Let's do this. Alright, combat was pretty good. We did not take the Caucasus back, but we killed the guy in it. So I'm going to have this fighter go to West Russia. 2 of these fighters go back to West Russia. 1 fighter is going to India. These 2 fighters and the bomber are going to India. This guy's moving up here. Transport's moving to 13, dropping the guys there. Cruiser's moving up to 13. We're going to leave the sub there and see what he does with his destroyer. Right? Alright. All this stuff here has got to go to C-Zone 8. I should run India's numbers. You can do India defense. Hang on a minute, I'm going to run India defense. No bombers up there. Alright, if I did the math right, India's safe for this turn. I may have to get out of it next turn. And if he wants to trade Burma, we can keep trading Burma. Alright, I think that's it. Alright. Okay. 2 fighters are going into C-Zone 8. 2 artilleries and an infantry are going into India. And 1 artillery is going into England. All right. What do I have? 37? 37. That's not terrible. That's pretty good for England. All right, that is going to do it for England round number 3, and I'll see you guys back for America round 3. All right, America round number 3. So Japan bought 3 infantry, a bomber, and an industrial complex for Manchuria. Let me hold on before I go. Let me go back to mobilization. Yeah. Oh, he put 2 infantry down here in Thailand, and he bought another industrial complex. Man, Japan is thin to win. If I can hold India, they don't have a lot of material. Japan is really kind of thin. And then his combat, he took all these free territories. Undefended, undefended, undefended. He hit Burma, but he just went with 2 infantry. He went light, so he did not take it. Which is good for me. At least I can put a guy in there and prevent him from sending a tank or whatever. And he can't stack it with fighters, which is good. So that worked out okay. His destroyer went back up there to 61. So now I can send my sub over to 30, I think. And then I'm going to set up, so with America, I'm going to continually hammer my plan is to continually hammer the coast of Germany here. And I've got to set up the logistics so that we can get... Generally, I want to drop 8 units every single turn from America. And hopefully, I was hoping to do 6, but depending if he uses his Germans to kill this fleet. And this fleet's going to be pretty thin. It's just going to be a cruiser and a transport. So if he wants to risk a bomber on it, or even a bomber and a fighter, I'm going to let him, because maybe I'll get lucky and take out one of his aircraft. So that's all I'm really hoping for right now. So with America, just to get our logistics dialed in, I bought 1 more transport, so now we'll have 4. A fighter, which I'm going to continually send at least 1 fighter down to Africa, and then send them over to Asia, India, West Russia sort of thing. And then 9 land units. I bought 9 land units for this turn because the way I'm going to set it up, I will always have a defense for Alaska if he decides to take Alaska. So I'm going to set that up too. So that's what we did. So now with America, we're going to take the Caucasus back. We're going to take Kazakh back. That way we don't have to use any Russians. And we'll get Russia a little bit of income here. And then, because we definitely have to trade Archangel, we have to take that. And then we're going to hit France. So let's take our 2 transports here and drop them in France. We're going to take our 2 transports here, fully loaded. Drop them in France. We're going to take our American battleship and bombard France. We're going to take these 2 fighters and hit France. Right? And now I'm going to leave me a note here. Okay. All right. I'm just setting up a couple of reminders so that I don't blow through my non-com phase and forget to move this stuff, because that can just be a killer. If you forget to keep the logistics flowing, it really, really, really sucks. So I don't want to do that. So we're going to hit, I think that's everything we're going to hit though. Yeah, I think it is. All right. All right, combat was okay. I lost 2 infantry in France, which sucks because he's gonna take it back real easy. But it's okay. He has 3 territories to trade now, and really only 12 land units to do it with. And that's what we want to do, is just make him continue to expend resources trading these territories, and hopefully we'll send these back to C Zone 8. We'll send our aircraft carrier up to C Zone 8. Our destroyer is going to C Zone 8. Alright. And then the bomber is going to go... Let's send it down here to India. Oh, no, I don't want to send it to India in case we have to leave. Let's send the bomber... We'll send it to Egypt. Send the bomber to Egypt. We'll send this fighter to Egypt. We'll send this infantry into India. We will send this fighter down to Africa. And then there, see, we got to send this transport to 10. And then 2 more transports up to 10. And then this stuff's got to move to Canada. This guy's moving to Western Canada. Right? All right. Okay, let me just double check that everything went where I wanted to go. All right. All right, so now we throw a tank here, transport here, fighter here, and we're going to throw 3 infantry and 2 artillery, and then we're going to throw 3 infantry in Western. We got 5 land units and a fighter, plus 2 land units, 7 land units, plus the tank, 8 land units, and we'll have 4 transports. Because we have 1 here, so we'll have 4 transports in C-Zone 10 at the end of next turn, and we'll have 8 land units ready to hit France in Northwestern in round number 4. So that's good. So these logistics are pretty dialed in. And then if I keep moving the cycle here of troops, I should always have at least a handful to defend against a weak Alaska. If he goes heavy into Alaska, I'll have to deal with it, but hopefully I can make that so it's okay. So that's going to be it for America. All right, for Russia, what can I buy? 9 guys? I can buy 8 and bank 5. What's my money? I'm making 20, so I'll make 25. I'll make 26. 26. All right, let me go to this real quick here because this is where's my West Russia defense. 21, 4, 10, 6, and a bomber against 2, 34, 4, and 5 is a 95% to hold, so that's pretty good. All right, so we're gonna buy. We buy 8 and a 25. We buy 9. Put one in here. So I can't buy 10. I can buy 9 and put one in the Caucasus. And put 8 in Russia. We get taxed with 1 infantry and a bunch of fighters. I could put 7 here and 2 there. So I'll have 3 infantry. He wants to attack with 1 and a bunch of fighters. Maybe I'll do that. Okay, so let's just buy 9 infantry. Okay, I don't need those. Alright, the only thing we're doing for the combat is the 2 guys there and the 2 fighters. Alright, our fighters are going back to West Russia. These 8 infantry are going into West Russia, so that's going to get my stack there pretty fat. Yeah, that's going to fatten up my stack. I mean, that's all. Russia's turns are going to be pretty short and to the point. He doesn't have a tank yet that can do his capture here. We're going to put 2 there and 7 there. And that's just if he decides to hit this with just 1 infantry and some planes. Hopefully, one of the infantry will get a hit back, and he won't be able to take it back. At least for a turn. I'd like to keep it for a turn. We'll see if he uses the bomber maybe, or the tank, the infantry, and the bomber. But even if he does that, his land units are just... There's not a lot of land units here. He spent a lot of money on it. He spent $30 on industrial complexes within the first 3 rounds. So that's a lot of money. So anyway, that should do it for America round 3 and Russia round 4. And I'll see you guys back for United Kingdom round number 4. I am going to probably lose it, but if I can hold on for a couple more turns, that would be much better if I could hold on for a couple more turns. He's going all in. He's got industrial complexes all over the place now. And it's just a matter of time. I need to keep hammering Germany and see if I can make some headway. So, for England, I bought 2 tanks, 2 artilleries, 5 infantry. And that's solely to get this to 10%. I actually kind of like the tank purchase only because when I flee India, I can send the tanks pretty close to Russia and they can guard it. So that isn't bad. The other thing is that Germany did not do is he did not hit my fleet in 13. And he did not hit my fleet in 15. He used his planes to trade, which was one of his choices that he had. But that allows me to send this fleet to 13. And is he going to risk fighters and his bomber to go and kill one transport? Maybe. But C-Zone 8 fleet is safe now, as long as he doesn't buy any more planes. So I plan on possibly using USA to hit France and Northwestern and taking my fleet here. Well, that's maybe not going to be able to be done. Might take the fleet for one turn into C-Zone 5. I don't know. Or I may shift it up here just to take Finland, Norway, at least for one turn. So anyway, but for now, I'm just going to do a couple things. I'm going to attack Africa first. So I'm going to take my tank, hit these guys, take this tank, and these 3 infantry, and this fighter, and this bomber. And try to clear Africa once and for all. And then we're going to attack Northwestern Europe with everything else. So we're going to grab a tank and an infantry. And then we're going to move this transport up here. Grab the other artillery. And drop it there. We're going to send this cruiser to C-Zone 8 to bombard. We're going to have this cruiser bombard. We're going to send these 2 fighters, if I can click on them, to attack Northwestern Europe. And even if they don't win, as long as they soften it up so America can take both of these back, it'll be fine. Africa's the big one. Hopefully Africa falls, because I'd really like to clear it and focus my attention on defending Africa from Japan, who's probably going to jet over here. But I think those are the only attacks we're going to do, so let's see how they work out. Wow. Okay, combat was kind of ridiculous. So we one-rounded all of his 4 units in Northwestern, but they all got a hit back. 4 1s. Actually, no, they were 2s. 2s to defend, but that's pretty sick. 4, all of them hit when they each have a 1 in 6 chance, or a 2 in 6 chance. Wow. Alright. That changes things up a little bit because, well, not really. It just lowers our C-Zone 8 defense to 95. Which is okay, but... Alright, let's take this bomber here. We're going to land it in Morocco. We're going to land our fighter in C-Zone 13. We're going to send our aircraft carrier, transport, and destroyer over to C-Zone 13. We are going to send this surviving fighter, and we didn't even take the territory. That sucks. Over to West Russia. And we're going to send 2 of these fighters down to India. And we're going to send our submarine over to 30. Wow, that is amazing. Well, you can't predict the dice, so you can run the math, but you can't predict the dice. All right. I guess USA is going to have fat money next turn. Wow, that is rough. All right. Alrighty. Alright, 2 tanks and 1 infantry goes into India, and then everything else goes into United Kingdom. Okay. Alright, that didn't turn out as good as I wanted. Oh, fuck. See? And I needed him. I am not paying attention to my notes. Well, I think we're okay. Actually, no, we're not okay, because he's going to go to 4 now. %? How is that possible? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was a mistake. Well, he's got a 20% chance on India now, so my mistakes just keep adding up exponentially, and I'm even putting notes and not reading them, so I don't know how to fix that. Anyway, that's going to do it for United Kingdom round 4, and I'll see you guys back for America round number 4. Alright, America round number 4. So, I'm pretty sure I'm way behind. Attack power, he's only up 9 on me, which is not a lot, but looking at the board, I think he's in much better shape than me. Only because I'm going to lose India this turn. I'm sorry, next turn, round 5. I'm definitely going to lose India, and probably Hawaii as well. Because he's going to grab this guy and this guy. Or I'm sorry, he's going to grab this guy and this guy, and then this guy and this guy, and they're all going to hit Hawaii. So that's going to work out for him. And that'll give him all the victory cities. Now I'm going to take France again, but I'm going to keep trading it. And at some point he's going to be able to stack it to where I don't have enough material to take it back. And then I'll be screwed. But I did set up a kind of a defense for Hawaii. I'm going to throw a sub. I bought a sub. I'm going to throw a sub in 56. And then I'm going to put a transport in 11. So we're going to have 8 units every turn going for a couple turns. And then I'm going to have like $47 to spend next turn. And so I'll probably have to drop a mini fleet of transports and such in round 5, and then just hope that I can take it back in round 6. So we may be close to the end of the game. India sucks for me, but it just really sucks for me. But it is what it is. So, as far as the attacking goes, we are going to take this. And then that bomber will go to West Russia. And then we are going to take France. So give me 2. You guys are going here. And dropping in Northwestern. And then the remainder of the stuff will go here in France. Use our battleship. Use our 2 fighters. I think that's it, yeah. And hopefully we take back France. And as simple as that sounds, it's pretty short turn for United States. Alright. So for the non-com, our bomber is going to West Russia. This infantry is moving back to Persia. This fighter and this fighter are going to Algeria. One of these fighters going to Algeria. One of them is going back to C-Zone 8. This fighter here is going over to C-Zone 8. Let's see here. Transport and transports are going there. So 4 transports are going back there. And then 3, 5, 7, 8 are going there. 3 infantry up there. And I think that's it. All right. Our transport's going here. Submarine is going there. And then we're going to put an artillery. And then 2 artilleries there. And then, so that's 5. I need 3 infantry there. 6, 7, 8, and then 3 infantry there. All right. All right, for Russia, we're just going to buy 7 infantry. Russia is doing no combat. For the non-com, all that stuff is moving up into West Russia. Right. And then we're going to do 5 and 2. All right, we can buy 7 infantry next turn again. That's going to do it for USA 4 and Russia 5, and I'll see you guys back for United Kingdom round number 5. Alrighty, United Kingdom round number 5. So, Germany bought 12 infantry and an artillery, took back France and Northwestern, moved troops into Baltic. His fighters and his air power is still in Germany. And then he moved an infantry and an artillery into Bulgaria. That's here to counter in case I take Ukraine. I ran the numbers on Burma, attacking Burma. And it's like a 50-50 battle, which maybe I should take, but I'm not going to take it. I probably should take it, but I'm not going to take it. It may be the end of the game for me, but I think I'm just gonna stack France. Probably should have stacked it earlier than this, but we'll stack it and see what we can do. If we can hold out. Again, we got to counter his Hawaii take once he takes it. So I just bought 7 infantry, a transport, and a destroyer. The destroyer is going to be for 35 to block him from jumping over to Africa, even though he's going to take India. And then the transport I bought, I usually don't buy more than... well, my new plan is not to buy more than 3, and I already have 3. But I'm going to send one up here next turn and sacrifice it to take Norway. And try to bleed even more out of Germany. So what we're going to do is we're going to stack France. Now, depending on how this goes, will depend on whether or not it's a good plan or not. So we are going to grab 2 artilleries, 4 infantry, or 2 infantry. I'm going to drop them there. We're going to take this transport, go up here, grab 2 more infantry. Drop them there. We're going to use both of our cruisers to bombard. We're going to use our fighter and our bomber. And hopefully we can kill that. Hopefully we can kill that and not lose too many guys on the hitbacks. And this is probably going to come back to bite me in the ass. I probably should take the 50-50 battle. Here. But if I do that, I can't keep this. Let me look at West Russia. I'm going to have, what, 40, 7 more, 52? Okay, if I take away 2 of the fighters. Well, I can still withstand it. Man, that is a decision. 8 infantry, 2 artillery against 10, 7, and 1. I capture it 22% of the time. Man, that is interesting. And if I kill that, he doesn't have a whole lot left. All right, let's do, you know what? It can go seriously badly, though. Now, I only capture it 1 out of 5. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. So we're just going to do France. Okay, combat was good. We only lost 1 guy. We're going to land our fighter there. Our bomber is going to West Russia. Our tanks are going to Egypt. All right, these tanks are going to the Caucasus. All this stuff's moving out of India. Actually, let's move those out of there, and we'll move five. We'll leave 3 guys there. Get this there. And then these 5 planes are going into West Russia. Our destroyer is going there, and our aircraft carrier is going there. Alrighty. And our submarine is going to 39. Alright. What do we have there? 3, 2 artillery. We're going to have 8. We're going to have 8, 4, 1, and 7. Okay, we can hold on to that. We can hold on to that, which is good. Because our Russian fighters are going to have to go there. Alright. Gotta hate this. Oh well. It is what it is. Alright, our destroyer is going into 35. And then our transport and 7 infantry are going into United Kingdom. Like I said, we're going to sack one of those transports to take Norway next turn. We're going to stack France with as many United States and Russian stuff as we can. And then all this stuff is heading up to help Russia out. And then hopefully, once we stack this and he runs the numbers, he's going to have to move. He'll probably move the 8 guys back here. But then I'll be able to drop 14 more guys there. And even some more fighters from West Russia. He's going to probably have to move some of the tanks. If he does that, we might be able to hit Karelia. I'll have to run the numbers on that. So anyway, this may be coming to an end shortly. I don't know. Maybe I'll regret not hitting that. But once it was only 22% to capture, 1 out of 5. If it was a little bit higher than that, maybe even 2 out of 5, that might have been better. I might have done it, but probably meaningless anyway. So that is going to do it for the United Kingdom round 5, and I'll see you guys back for America round number 5. Alright, USA round number 5. So Japan took India like we thought. His purchase was... Oops, that's me. His purchase was 2 destroyers and 8 infantry. Put the destroyers here. And then 3 infantry in Manchuria, 2 in Thailand, and I guess 3 left in Japan. And then he took this stuff down. He didn't hit Hawaii. He went down and took Australia, which was interesting. I thought he might go for it, but maybe not, because I stacked France. Couldn't get a Victory City snipe anyway, so maybe he's not doing that. So I have to set up a quick defense of Hawaii. It gives me a turn to set it up. And he bombed Russia to the tune of 7 IPCs, but I'm going to remedy that. So I'm going to do something I don't usually do, but I'm going to remedy it. I'll explain that in a second. And I shouldn't stop saying I don't usually do it, because I kind of do. Took India. That kind of sucked, but didn't lose any units. That really sucked. I guess I should have just moved guys out of there, everyone. Took my destroyer and took my submarine with no units. Yeah, anyway. Alright, so he's set up to take Australia and New Zealand next turn. And even part of Africa. So this is going to be getting contentious here. For America, I bought 7 infantry, 2 transports, and a plane. The 7 infantry, I'm going to set it up so that I'm still going to be able to transport 8 infantry over here to France next turn as well. I'm going to do 8 this turn and 8 next turn. Depending on what he does with Karelia. And then I'm going to set up so I can't find his bomber anywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't see any way that he can hit 56 next turn. So I should be able to put some guys in Hawaii. All right. All right, so I am going to do very limited attacks, which is right here. 2 in the bomber. And that's the only thing I'm attacking. Right? That's the only thing that I'm attacking. Make sure. I think that's it, yeah. Of course, you gotta kill me with this dude. Alright. Combat kind of sucked. 3 rounds to kill 1 guy, and he got a hit back, so that kind of blows, but it is what it is. Bomber's going to go back to West Russia. These 2 guys are going to move to Kazakh, and then all this stuff here are going to France. That fighter, these 3 fighters are all going to France. Right? Okay. Now these 3 guys are going there. These 3 guys and these 2 artilleries are going there. Transport to 10. 3 transports to 10. And then 1 infantry and 1 artillery is going to Canada. Submarine is going to Hawaii. The reason the submarine is going to Hawaii, so if he wanted to hit Hawaii with maximum 4 infantry, he moves 1 infantry here to take Australia, then he grabs these other 2 and he drops them in New Zealand. That way, when he wants to hit Hawaii, he takes the 2 from New Zealand and he leaves a transport here, right? And then he grabs that guy, and he hits Hawaii with 4 infantry. If the submarine is here, he can't leave his transport without some sort of coverage. So he can throw a destroyer there, or he can throw the aircraft carrier and his fighters. If he throws the aircraft carrier and his fighters, I have a shot at killing the aircraft carrier with a surprise strike, which would be great. And that way his fighters couldn't participate in the invasion. More than likely, he'll just take everything and go to New Zealand, which means he will not be able to take this guy, and he'll only have 3 infantry available to hit Hawaii. So it's not a huge difference. That's the rationale for moving a sub. Now, if he takes these 2 destroyers and puts them here, that's going to suck. But it is what it is. All right. Let me just make sure everything else has been moved. I think it has. 8 units there, 4 transports there. All right. 2 guys there. Bomber back there. I think that's it. All right. All right. Now we send the fighter and the 2 transports over to 56. And then we send 6 infantry. Wait a minute. We send 6 infantry over there and 1 there. So we have 7, 8 units. When these 4 transports go back, so we'll have another 8 units that are going to go over to France. And then, unless I did the math totally wrong on this, which I may have, I've been doing a lot of stupid shit lately, to be honest. Then we should be able to at least put up a little defense for Hawaii in round 6. Right? Okay. Okay, I moved everything there, so I've got 8, 4, 1. I have 5 fighters now, but these 2 from Russia are going there. So it'll be 7. And then he's going to be able to attack with 12 infantry and 6 fighters and a bomber. That's it. And that, my friends, is not going to cut it. So he's going to either have to move these 8 guys back here. Maybe he'll move the 8 guys back here. And just buy 10 more, and so he'll have 28 infantry, which that would probably be enough to take it back. But then I can drop another, let's see, 8, 15 in here. So I'll have 23 against 28. Probably going to have to move some tanks back to Germany, or at least to Baltic, so he can hit France. Oh, he could buy some artillery, I guess, for Italy. But now at least I can threaten Italy. If he doesn't do anything here, I can... I can't really threaten Germany, but I want to get him to move his shit out of Karelia if I can. The other thing I'm going to have to do is now he's got Japanese bombers in Karelia, which is a great spot for them. Because they can go, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We just got to be careful of this now. Because the Japanese bombers, the way they move, that can cause a problem. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right now we're okay, but we just got to keep an eye on that. Okay. Wait a minute. Where are you? I think that's it. Okay. Now what we're going to do here is something that I do every now and then. So he's bombed Russia to the tune of 7 IPCs. The maximum he can damage me is 16, right? Russia is not under an immediate threat. All right? They're not under an immediate threat. So I am not going to... I'm not going to repair anything, and I'm not going to buy anything. Right now I'm making 20 production. I'm going to be making 21 after this turn. Man, I should hit Ukraine. I'm not going to though. I'm just going to keep playing ultra defensive. After this turn I'll be making 21. And then the turn after that, since I'll have like $40, even if he bombs the shit out of it and it's minus 16, I'll have $40. I can repair it all the way and put 8 guys in there. So yeah, it takes me a turn, but because this is under no threat and because I got these 7 fighters here now, my West Russia defense, even with 2 more infantry, is pretty fantastic. So, and if we can somehow dislodge him from Karelia, that would be great. We got to remember to move these fighters here. Okay, that can go. I need a new note. Russian planes to France. All right. All right, so I'm not going to buy anything. And then I'm going to take this guy and go here. And that's it. I'm not going to take Ukraine. So. All right. All right, for the non-com, I need to move 1 guy there, 2 guys there. And, oh, I got 2 bombers in there now. And I need to move the fighters over to France. I think that's it. All right. All righty. Get it. All right. So now Russia's got $43, so even if he bombs the shit out of it, I can repair it. And hopefully maybe he'll lose a bomber or 2 doing it, which would be nice. And West Russia is in no danger right now. I'm going to be interested to see if he takes that. He has, in France, a 2.6% chance of taking it. So he's not going to even attempt it. So he's not going to move that. So he's either going to come back here with the 8 guys and have 18 plus 10 more, because he's got a lot of money. Got $30 with Germany, so he can buy 10 more. Or he's going to send the tanks back maybe and try to maybe send these 8 guys forward so that he has 36 guys, which would still be enough to deal with my 46 guys here. I don't know, but At least he's going to have to pay attention to this now. And since he's not going to hit it, depending on what he does in Italy, we can probably hit Italy as well. Now, we're not going to have enough fighters. We can put 15 more guys in there. We have 8. So we can have 23 guys in there. I don't know if that's going to be enough with the 7 fighters. Maybe not. May just buy a bunch of artillery. I'll have to see. But just maybe we can do that, because now we're in trouble, because we're really only 1 victory city away from losing. France is going to be traded back and forth, probably. We'll have to see. So I'm going to run the numbers after Germany's turn and see where we're at. But at this point, that's going to do it for USA 5 and Russia 6. And I'll see you guys back for United Kingdom round number 6. All right, United Kingdom round number 6. So Germany just bought 3 tanks, 4 infantry, and 2 artilleries, and did no combat. In the non-com, he moved an artillery and 5 infantry to Germany. So 4 infantry from Baltic came back. 4 infantry went into 2 went to Karelia, 2 went to Poland. Okay. He wants to set up the defense of these. And then he dropped an infantry in Italy, and then 3 infantry, 2 artilleries, and 3 tanks to Germany. So I did the math on France. Once I put my United Kingdom stuff here and my American stuff here, and I will have about a 97% chance to hold it. So he's not going to crack it this turn. And I'm probably going to drop an industrial complex in there next turn, if all goes well this turn. That's my plan. I don't know if I'll do it, because I definitely need more spots. But I am going to start losing income, because Japan's going to start taking Africa, which sucks. I'm going to try to prevent it, but I don't know how I'm going to be able to do that. So, but we can, because we left India, we can start being more aggressive in Europe. And we got to swap out these Russian fighters. I want them to go back to Russia. To West Russia, so we can defend. This is fine. I already did the math on this. I can defend West Russia, no problem. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to send 1 tank and 1 tank. We're going to send 4 fighters to Ukraine, 3 fighters to Bello. We are going to take 1 guy and we're going to drop him in Northwestern. We are going to use a cruiser to bombard. We're going to use a plane. And we're going to use our bomber. Now, if we take that, that's great. But if we clear it, it's fine, because USA can just blitz it and get the money. And that'll mean he can blitz it back. But if we take it, he's going to have to commit units to it. And the more units we can take away from Germany, the better, right? So, I think that is all my attacks. So 1 there. So let's go to the combat thing here. We got 1 tank and 4 planes into Ukraine, tank and 3 planes into Bello, and infantry, a plane, a bomber, and a cruiser into Northwest Europe. All right, that is it. And before I do that, let me just tell you what I bought. I just bought another fighter, 2 artillery, and 5 infantry. I originally was going to sack my transport. I don't know if I talked about it in my last turn. Sack a transport, go up here and take Norway. But because I can take this in its same 2 points, or 2 IPCs, and then get him to commit to use it, I'm going to wait a turn to send transports up here to start taking these. So we're just going to do this 1 turn. It's going to work out, hopefully. So that looks like that's everything. Okay, combat did not work out like I expected, so I didn't take either one of Bella or Ukraine, which I thought I would at least cap one of those. But he got hitbacks. They were one round at each, but he got hitbacks. Okay, so two of these fighters are going to go to France. This fighter is going to France. Oops, going to France. Off of those notes. Because I'm going to swap, like I said, I'm going to swap. And then this fighter's going back there. These four fighters are going back there. And our bomber will go back to West Russia. And then we'll grab these 6 guys and put them in France. Alright, so plane from there went there. 2 planes from West Russia went to France. 6 infantry from UK went to France. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to send 2 infantry and an artillery to both of these places. And then we're going to send the tanks down here and this stuff over here. Okay. All right, I think that is everything. Let me look at... Oh no, the AA gun's got to go there too. All right. Oh well, I guess it's okay because Russia will get the money now. I was hoping UK would get the money, but I guess Russia having the money is just as well. Right? Yeah. All right. Alright, so France gets 6 guys, 3 fighters. Let's see here. Northwest Europe. West Russia gets a bomber back and 5 fighters returning. And 6 guys go out of UK. Okay. Sorry I'm doing this real slow because I've been fucking up a lot of my turns in the non-com lately and it's starting to irritate me, so I'm taking a little bit more time to make sure everything goes where I want it to go. Alright. Now we're going to take our fighter and throw it in C-Zone 8. And then everything else goes into United Kingdom. $43 is a little less money than I wanted, but I think it'll be enough to drop an industrial complex and buy... Oh yeah, I can drop an industrial complex and buy 8 infantry. So I'll have... It'll be okay, I think. This would have been really nice to cap, but I guess I'll just do it with Russia. And he's going to have to trade it out, which is fine. It would have been really nice to have 1 or 2, both of these tanks survive. That would have been really good, but they didn't, so we're going to keep playing. Anyway, that's going to do it for UK round 6. I will see you guys back for USA round number 6. All right, United States round number 6. So Japan, 6 infantry and a bomber and an industrial complex. I guess they put that in Kwangtung. Holy shit. He's got 4 industrial complexes now working. How much money does he have? 46? Well, I mean, that's good. That's smart. Let's see what else he did. He bombed Russia again, and he didn't, but we killed a bomber. So that's good. And then he did it all the way down to 16, which we thought he would, right? That's why we saved our money. Took Eastern Australia, which kind of sucks, but then he flew his fighters over to India. So he has no fighters now on here. So we should be able to protect Hawaii. We should be able to protect Hawaii. Took Persia, which we figured he would because it's a pretty big stack. And then Rhodesia, he went here, but that's okay because I'll use United Kingdom bomber and these 2 tanks and we'll clear them out. Or I'll use the bomber. Yeah. We can kill the transport and we'll clear him out of Rhodesia, I think. Should be able to. And then it's just a matter of, if he's going to drop more guys over here, then we'll just use this stuff to kill him, hopefully. Anyway, so we'll deal with that during UK's turn, but I ran the numbers with France. I can keep it at 93% if I drop the bomber from United States in here, which I'm going to do, which means we can't really press forward and attack Sing Kang and stuff, which I kind of wanted to do. But it's okay. It's all right. We'll deal with that. So we just went ahead and bought 8 infantry, a submarine, and a plane because we're going to fortify Hawaii this turn, and then we're going to set it up so that if he does try to take it, we can use our subs and our planes to clear him. So, only thing we're going to do as far as combat is we're going to take 2 infantry. I guess we can do 1 infantry and an artillery. Yeah, let's do 1 infantry and 1 artillery. 1 infantry and an artillery, and then 5 planes, and then this bomber. Alright, so we'll do that. Alright. That's the only thing we want to do as far as America's attack. So let's get that done. Alright, combat was fantastic. We lost nobody. Our fighters go back to France. Our bomber goes to France. We're going to take our infantry and our artillery to France. Our 4 transports go back to Sea Zone 10. Take 6 dudes. The guys from Middle Canada over there. So now we have 8. 4 transports there. Let's do Hawaii. We're going to take an AA gun and a guy. And we're going to go to Hawaii. And then we're going to take 1 guy. Go to 57, pick up the other guy, go to Hawaii. We're going to land our plane on Hawaii. This sub's going to 59. Right? What else? Okay, yeah. So we're going to send our 2 guys and these guys here. So we're going to have 3 guys in Novo. Right? Okay. Alright, just let me look at this one more time so I can make sure I get this right. Canada stuff went to France. Yes, it did. Transports went to C Zone 10. Yes, they did. All the Canadian stuff and the American stuff went into Eastern Canada. Yes, it did. 3 infantry and an AA gun went to Hawaii, and a plane. Yes, it did. And our sub went to 59. Yes, it did. Okay. All right, I think that's fine. Let's get that done. All right, we're going to put our sub in 56, our fighter in Western U.S., and our 8 infantry in Eastern U.S. Alright, so for Russia, let's do this real quick. We have 19 and 5, right? 19 infantry, 5 artillery, a tank, 8 fighters. Right now we have 10 fighters, but these Russian ones are going back to West Russia. 8 fighters and a bomber, and that is going to be a 93% to hold. So that is good. So now this is what we're going to do with Russia. We are going to repair 15. So we have 7 spots left, and then we're going to buy 7 artilleries. Because we have, if we repair 15, we'll have 7 spots. We'll buy 7 artilleries. Alrighty. Alrighty, for the combat, we're going to send 2 of those guys and 2 of those guys. And then we're going to send 4 of those guys. We're going to send all that. We're going to send 4 units each into Belo and Ukraine. Maybe I should send 6 into Ukraine and 2 into Belo, but I want him to trade kind of heavy if he does. And I did the math already on West Russia. 40 units is more than enough. 40 units. Let's see. He's got 40. 2 artillery. Oh, I got 2 artillery, 4 tanks. I'll have 7 fighters, and ooh, I won't have 2 bombers. So let me get out of the 2 bombers. I have 1 bomber. Yeah, it's still 95%. I don't think he does that. If he does, I'd be shocked. I don't think he does it. So, let's see. I think that's it, right? Four infantry to Belo. Okay. Okay. Let's do this. All right. The non-com, the fighters are going back to West Russia. And this is going here. So that's 42. That'll be 42 guys. Right? 36, 10, 6. And 1. And then I've got 42. So let's see. What's that? Okay. That's pretty solid. I don't know if I want to leave this guy here. I think I do. And see what he does. Because he doesn't have a lot of aircraft. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. He's got bombers somewhere. Oh, they're in here. These bombers. 1, 2. So he could hit this with the bombers. But he may want to bomb Russia again. I think that's going to be his strategy. So I think that's what he's going to do. But... so I think we're good there. So let's see. We did that. 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 And then the France planes to Russia. We did West Russia. We did that. All right. I think we're good. And then 7 artillery go into Russia. Alright, we're up to 25, which is good. We're doing okay in the France stack. He's going to have to move. If he wants to kick us out of there, he's going to have to move, because I can drop another 15 guys in there, and I might just buy an industrial complex, and then it's on like Donkey Kong in France. I want him to get this shit out of here in Karelia, and then he's going to move here, more than likely, with Japan, and I'm going to hammer him. He's probably going to want to move to Kazakh. I think he's going to probably stack Kazakh to try to get me to move over back to Russia, which is very possible. So if he does that, I'll have to move my UK stuff out in round 8. And set it up to punish him if he does have one or the other, because that's not going to be enough to withstand everything right here. I should be able to hammer them at least one time and kick them out of there. And I made $25, so I can buy 8 more infantry for Russia. So that's good. So anyway, that's going to do it for USA 6, Russia 7. And I will see you guys back for United Kingdom, round number 7. All right, United Kingdom, round number 7. So Germany bought 8 infantry and 2 artilleries. And then he moved all of his shit out of Karelia into Bello. Killed my 4 dudes, and he lost 1 guy. Then he hit Ukraine. He lost 2 infantry because he hit him from Poland. And he retreated with the 4 fighters back to Germany. And then Italy, he lost an infantry, and he killed my infantry and my artillery. But he took Italy back. That's fine. That's all fine. And then, let's see, the non-com. Okay, the AA gun moved to Bello. Okay. And then he mobilized 2 infantry, 2 artilleries, 8 infantry to Germany. All right. I did the math on France. We're still okay in France. Japan is advancing, so I'm going to have to back out of West Russia, it looks like. Because I can't let him go into Kaz. Then I'll have to pull out. So I'm going to do it ahead of time. Because by the time Germany, he may go forward. But that's okay. That's actually okay. I might be able, if he does take Karelia, I might be able to drop like 20 dudes and just bum rush the Caucasus and then retreat 20 guys back to Russia and then regroup after that, and I should be okay. Maybe. I might be able to do that. So, we went ahead and bought, so now it's time to buy an industrial complex for France. I don't like to do it with United Kingdom because they usually don't have a lot of money, but the UK is making $33 and I'm going to be making probably 35 after this turn. So that's not terrible. So I went ahead and bought an industrial complex, another fighter, because you can't have too many fighters, and 6 infantry. And then after this turn, we're going to be dropping 12 infantry every turn. United Kingdom infantry in France. Plus the 8 from America, that's 20 a turn into France. And we hopefully will be able to overwhelm him. So, and the other thing he did is he left his 2 bombers here, so I'm going to kill those. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab 1 infantry. We're going to go up to Sea Zone 3, and we're going to take Norway. We're going to lose the transport, but that's okay, because from now on we just need the 3 anyway. And then we're going to take 2 infantry and 4 fighters. And hit Italy. And then we're going to take our 5 fighters and kill his bombers. We're going to take our bomber and kill his transport. And I'm going to take our tanks and kill his 2 dudes. Hopefully. I wanted to use the bomber and just make sure I killed those. But I want to kill the transport. Make him spend more money or move transports over. So he can't just land a bunch of troops in Africa. So, God willing, we'll win both of those. Obviously, we're going to win the transport battle, but God willing, we win the Rhodesia battle. But we'll see. So, let's see. 2 infantry, and then to Italy. Transport to Norway. 2 tanks to Rhodesia. Bomber to C-Zone 33. 5 fighters to Karelia. Okay. That's all of our combat. So let's get it done. Unlikely in Rhodesia. Really? Alright. Okay, combat was great. We lost 1 guy in Italy and nothing else. So our bomber is going to go to Belgian Congo. Our 4 fighters are going to France. And so that's 9 fighters now. Right? 4 fighters are going to France. Alright, this stuff here is going into Russia. And then one of those and one of those is going into... We're going to leave one in Kaz so we can't blitz into Russia. Even though I don't think that would be great for him because these 5 fighters are going into Russia. So the Caucasus went into Russia. Kazakh infantry and artillery went into Russia. Fighters went to Moscow. Okay, and then we got to send this stuff here to France. Right? And I think that is it. All right. I don't know. He's probably going to take the Caucasus, and I know he's going to take the Caucasus, at least with 1 guy. So we're leaving it unguarded. And he's probably going to take Kaz too, but I'm not sure. If he's smart, I guess he'll stack Kaz, because that's going to get me out of West Russia. But I already know I'm going out of West Russia anyway. So, and that's not going to be enough to take Russia. So I can roll down there with 20-something guys and roll back to Russia with 20-something guys. And then let him advance with Germany. But I am going to take Karelia back. And then Finland. And we're going to keep squeezing him out. And I'm going to take Bulgaria. We're going to keep squeezing him, making him trade, getting Germany's money down, and then we'll see what we can do. But at least for the next foreseeable future, a couple of turns, we're going to have 20 units going into France now. I'm going to have to start running the numbers on the 1-2. Having the United Kingdom in Russia, West Russia is great because you can hit Germany with it. I do have to do something about the advance in Persia, so I got to do something about that. I don't really want to back out. I guess I could wait. No, because if I back out with Russia, then all the fighters will be sitting there with United Kingdom, and then Germany will kill them. So I got to go out a turn ahead of time, right? I can't back out, so I'm going to have to back out anyway. So I'm doing it now. Anyway, that's going to do it for... Okay, that's the end of the non-com. Let's see. France, we got more people. So we're looking at 21, 7 tank and 9 fighters and a bomber. Okay. We're moving out of the Caucasus, moving into Russia. All right. Our industrial complex is going into France. Our fighters going into C Zone 8. Our 6 infantry are going into United Kingdom. We're up to 39, which means at least next turn we're going to have 12 infantry going into, maybe a couple of artillery, going into France. Which will be nice. So that's going to do it for United Kingdom round 7, and I'll see you guys back for United States round number 7. All right, United States round number 7. So Japan bought 2 tanks, 8 infantry, and a fighter. The 2 tanks went into Thailand, spread out the infantry amongst the remainder of the industrial complexes that he has. And then his combat, he killed my transports in Hawaii. We figured he would do that. And then pushed into the Caucasus pretty heavy. I don't know what I thought he might go into Kaz more heavy, but he decided to go here. Then he attacked my tanks in Rhodesia, and he died, which is good. I held on here, so this transport will be dead, so Africa will be safe for another round or 2. And then, what else did he do? Oh yeah, he took Kazakh with no units, and he hit Ivanki, but he did not take it. So I guess he airstrike it, looks like. Let me see what he did there. A bomber. Okay. I'm not sure why he did that, but okay. I mean, I guess it just paves the way for these guys, but you didn't even need to. You could have... Oh, they moved after, so that's why. All right. Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to move these 3 guys up here. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Okay. All right, so for United States, I just bought another fighter, 7 infantry, 2 artillery. We're not doing any attacks with America. All right? No attacks with America. All right, for the non-com. This stuff is going to France. All right. This stuff is going to C Zone 10. And this stuff is going up here to Canada. Our fighter is going to Hawaii. We're going to put a sub in 61 and a sub in 19. And then these 3 guys are going to move up here. I did the math on this. We still should be pretty good in Paris or France. Oh, I might have wanted to take Southern Europe. Maybe I should have done that with a tank. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm going to give Germany some stuff to trade, but that would have been good to have them trade all of those. All right. That is going to be it, I think. Make sure I move the 8 there, the 4 there. Everything went to France. Okay, I think we're good. All right. We're going to put 6 infantry and 2 artillery into Western United States, and then a fighter is going into, I'm sorry, Eastern United States. Fighters going into Western United States. All right. Oh, and then one more infantry's going over here. All right. Alrighty. Okay, for Russia, we have 25 bucks. We're gonna repair and, oops, no, we're not buying an IC. And buy 8 infantry. All right. For the combat, this guy here is going to take Karelia. This guy here is going to take Bulgaria. And then 40 guys. Everything else. Is going to hit Kazakh, the Caucasus. All right. All right. Combat was okay. It was a little bit costlier than I projected. I projected six infantry losses and a fighter, but we didn't lose a fighter. So our planes are going back to Russia. Our AA guns are going back to Russia. And then we're going to put 1 infantry in Ukraine and leave 1 there. So just make sure 1 is there. We're going to use the United Kingdom probably to clear this out. Fall back to Russia. I know this is called, the strategy is called the West Russia Jam, but that doesn't mean you keep West Russia the whole time. It's just ultra defensive. So at some point, if you have to turtle into Russia and back off, it's okay. He's not getting any more reinforcements to the front lines. So this is just a stagnated stack. It's not increasing and getting worse, and he's going to have to start trading all of these to try to get his money back. The walls are closing in on Germany, which is good. Japan is still a beast. So we're going to do our best to try to fight them off as long as possible. And I suspect maybe Germany will stack that. And I'll have to run the math again. I don't know if I don't think I can wipe it. With 40 guys and 9 artillery. I don't think I can. He's got a lot of guys. Because it took me, I lost 8 guys killing 8 infantry and 7 artilleries. And 3 tanks. He's got 10 tanks. So probably won't be able to do that. So he's probably going to be able to stack West Russia, which isn't great. But we'll see if he doesn't move some of his tanks back to Germany. He's going to have to use a couple guys this way. And maybe he'll probably try to take back Karelia again. All right. Make sure we left the guy in there. That's the most important part is this little guy right here. Make sure that guy is there. And he is. All right. And 8 infantry go into Russia. All right. All right, and we're back up to 25 again, so we can buy another 8 infantry next turn. He does have a bomber. He may bomb Russia, or he may not. But we got a little breathing room. Like I said, he may stack West Russia again, but I don't really care. We can trade West Russia if you... Well, we can't really trade it if he stacks it. But we're just going to hopefully just keep whittling down this stack, right? As much as we can trade this out. This stack is pretty formidable now. It's going to take a significant amount of stuff to crack that now. So that's going to do it for USA 7 and Russia 8. And I will see you guys back for United Kingdom round number 8. All right, United Kingdom round number 8. So Germany bought 8 infantry and 1 artillery. Then he moved his fat stack from Bello down into Ukraine. I guess he's moving into the Caucasus, right? He wants to take the Caucasus. So I'm going to defend the Caucasus for at least one more turn and see if I can get enough where I can maybe strafe it if he goes into West Russia. Because he's not getting any reinforcements from this. So we'll have to see if we can do that. But it doesn't look feasible right now. But maybe if we get some more artillery. Problem is he defends at a 2. Anyway, we'll think about that. He took Italy back. He took Northwestern back. But he took them really light. 3 fighters and an infantry, 2 infantry and 3 fighters, 2 infantry and a bomber. He didn't even capture Bulgaria because he only sent 2 infantry. So he's trying to capture them light, which is okay. Only sending 1 infantry at Northwestern, that's pretty ballsy. But it worked. And he was able to take Italy, Northwestern. He failed Bulgaria, and then he took Ukraine, which that's a no-brainer. And then for the non-com, all of his planes went back to Germany, and his AA gun moved down into Ukraine from Bello. So, my guess is that he's moving towards the Caucasus before I hammer Germany. So I'm going to try to stack Northwestern. So pretty much France is safe. It's got he'll have less than a 1% to take it. And actually it's going to be, because he's going to have only 27 guys after I kill all that. All right. So we're going to try to stack Italy and stack Northwestern as best we can. And see if we can't make it harder for him to take them back. So we're going to take... First thing we're going to do is take Finland. And then we're going to take 6 guys into Northwestern. We're going to use our 2 cruisers to bombard. And we're going to use 1 plane. And then we are going to use 2 infantry, 1 artillery, and 4 fighters to try to take out Italy. I debated this for some time, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. I wasn't going to, but I'm going to go ahead and hit this with everything United Kingdom and just clear out Kazakh. I'm going to lose it again. He's got planes and bombers and infantry. I'm going to probably lose it again, but if I get some magical 4 hits and he gets none, I'll just strafe it. I don't foresee that happening, but if that happens, I'll strafe it and then let him stack it again, and I'll keep my United Kingdom stuff. Let's see. All right. Oh yeah, and then this bomber right here is going to kill his transport in 35. That'll keep Africa safe for another turn. He's going to have to go back here to pick up guys, and so they won't be hitting Africa until at least round 9, which is good. Gives me a little bit of time to continue to stack France. And all I did was I bought 9 infantry and 3 artilleries. 3 infantry, 3 artilleries going into France, and 6 infantry is going into United Kingdom. And it's nice he didn't kill this transport. I'm going to send it back to C-Zone 8, and then I can use it to go down here and drop off guys in Africa as needed. Because I will need some, because he's going to be coming. So, anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I think that's all of the combat that I wanted to do. So let's look at it. Finland capped. 6, 1, and 2 in Northwestern. 2, 1, and 4 in Italy. 3, 2, and 5 in Kaz. And okay, we are good. Alright, combat was a little bit mixed. He got double hit, no hitbacks in Northwestern, which is great. Double hitbacks in Italy, which sucked. And he got 2 hitbacks in Kazakh, which kind of sucked. Alright. So this transport's going down to C-Zone 8. Our fighter is going back to C-Zone 8. These 4 fighters are going back to France. These 5 fighters are going into Caucasus. And our bomber is going to go into Egypt with those infantries, and we're going to send our tank. Okay. What do I have there now? 27? No, 26. So I'm going to have to get like 34, I think. Well, that would be 34. Oh, no. That's wrong. Sorry. That's wrong. 34 will give me 100% to defend, but I'm not even counting the fact that I'm mobilizing in there, which is important. So that is all I wanted to do, though. All right. I think that's it, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. So 3 artillery and 3 infantry go into France, 6 infantry into United Kingdom. All right. All right, that's going to do it. I'm going to try to send, I think, like maybe 2 or 3 infantry Americans into Italy. So there's like 4 there. So that's a little bit harder for him to take these 2 territories out and get him to commit more troops. Because I can go, let's see, that's 29. 5 more in there will give me 34, which is 100% to hold. So I can afford to send 3. I can probably send like 5 and go down to 32. And he's still not going to take it. 32, 10, 1, 9, and a bomber. All right. All right, so that is, so with 32, then that means I can send 5 guys, I think, into Italy. I got 29 there, so I need 3 more Americans. All right. Not a bad turn. Let's look at the war report. Okay, Germany still has 26 bucks. That's a lot of money. He's making 20. 26 will get him, I don't know, 6 infantry and 2 artilleries. Slowly but surely, but Japan is a monster. Although Britain and USA both making 40 is fantastic, and Russia in round 8 making 25 is awesome. And I'm going to make even more because Russia's going to take these 2 territories, so I'm going to make 29. But I'm going to lose Kazakh again, so what is that, 27? In any case, 27 is fine. I still have 9 more infantry, which is plenty to keep Russia and the Caucasus held right now. And then I got to do the math on this, see what's going to take me to punish him. So anyway, that's going to do it for UK round 8. And I'll see you guys back for America round number 8. All right, United States round number 8. So Japan bought 9 infantry, 2 tanks, and a bomber. And then he attacked Kazakh with 4 infantry and a bomber, and he lost 3 infantry. Wow. But he destroyed an infantry. Okay, so I got 3 hitbacks. That's not bad. Everybody went out swinging. So that's good. And then the mobilization, the bomber to infantry to Japan, and then infantry everywhere else, and 2 tanks down here to Thailand. Let's see, did he do any non-com? Oh, he moved to C-Zone 35. Yeah, he moved over here because he's going to grab guys and drop them in Africa next turn. So I'm probably going to back off this stuff here. Alright. And then he moved these guys over here to go take Madagascar next turn, which is what he's going to do. But that's alright. Alright. Alright, so I'm going to keep the pressure up on Germany, and then one of the other things I'm going to do is I put 6 guys in northwestern Europe, and I'm going to put 5 Americans in Italy to make it so he's going to have to attack with a little bit more manpower to take these back. So all I bought was 3 artillery, 5 infantry, and a bomber. Obviously this stuff here is going to go to France. This stuff here is going up to Canada to continue the shuck. And then we'll move stuff around. Hawaii's really under no threat, but we'll send another fighter there just to keep it solid in case he sneaks up on us for a turn. Alright, so the only thing we're going to do as far as combat with America is we're going to grab our tank here and take Southern Europe. That's all we're going to do. So let's get that done. Alright. For the non-com, we are going to take 5 infantry and move them to Italy. And then we're going to grab our 8 guys, go to C-Zone 8, drop them in France. We're going to take our transports and go back to C-Zone 10. We're going to take our 8 land units and go up to Canada. We're going to take our plane and send it to Hawaii. And we're going to take our 3 Americans and send them to Novo. And then we're going to send this sub down to 35 and this sub down to 21. And I think that's it. We'll have 32 guys in there, 10 artillery, no tanks, 9 fighters, and a bomber. Right? And it's less than 1%, so that's pretty good. My guess is he's going to at least try to take out Italy so he can't build more shit there. But hopefully he'll lose some guys. And Russia's going to make it more painful on him in just a second. Alright. Let me just double check that I got this stuff going here. 8 guys to France. 4 transports back to there and that. Okay, that's the most important thing. I fucked that up so many times. I just got to make sure I don't do it again. All right, for the mobilization, everything is going into Western United States or Eastern United States. All right. Now for Russia. Russia, we're going to buy 1 artillery and 7 infantry. All right. And now we are going to take Baltic. We are going to take Belo. We are going to send 2 guys and our 2 planes and hit Kazakh. And that is going to be all of our combat. Baltic, Belo, and we're attacking Kaz. All right, for the non-com, our fighters are going back to Russia. We're going to send 1 infantry to West Russia, 5 of them down to the Caucasus, and our 2 AA guns. That's 37, 9, 4, and 5, and 2 AA guns against 29, 6, 10, a bomber, and 6 fighters. And that is a 99 to hold. So that is everything there. And then we're going to put the artillery and 2 infantry into Kazakh. I'm sorry, the Caucasus. That'll be 39 and 10 and 4 and okay. And then everything else. Nope, wait a minute, wait. We need to put 2 of them into the Caucasus. We will throw 1 up into Karelia, and then we'll put 4 in Russia. And that's just so if he does the old lightly trading Baltic, we can take it back again and trade. Okay, definitely. Okay, I put a guy there. Thank God. Otherwise, I'd be dying. All right. All right, and we're up to 29 bucks. So, not bad. We'll lose Kazakh again, but we're going to trade his light infantry for a little bit. He can hit this kind of semi-heavy with like, what, 8 guys, 2 tanks, and 3 planes. I really, really hope that he goes into West Russia with all this stuff, because my counterpunch, I think I'd kill him. Pretty sure the counterpunch can kill him. But we'll have to see. Anyway, that's going to do it for USA number 8. Russia round 9. I'll see you guys back for United Kingdom round number 9. All right, United Kingdom round number 9. So, Germany, 6 infantry, 2 artilleries. That's all he could afford. Germany's only making 22 bucks now. So now he can make 1 artillery and 5 infantry. Oh, no. I'm sorry. 2 artilleries and 4 infantry. Would be only 20, right? So with 22 bucks, he can make 6 infantry And 1 artillery. Yeah, 6 infantry and 1 artillery. Okay. And we're going to get him to trade more again. And he did not even try to trade Italy or Southern Europe. So I'm just going to keep... This is safe right now. From everything he's got in Berlin, I don't even have to add anything in there, and it's completely safe. So, let's see. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. We're going to hit this with our 4 fighters and our bomber. And that's all the attacks we're going to do. We're just going to hope that he doesn't get a hit back. If he does, we'll just take it with America. But I'm hoping to get it with England only because I need 39 more bucks to buy 13 infantry. So I would like to be able to max out. I wish I could get some more money, but I can't really get any more money. I don't have anything else to take right now. So, but that may change if I can get Russia to go down here to India. But let's run that. All right, combat worked. So we are going to send our bomber over to Libya. Our fighters are going back to France. We are going to send 5 infantry into Italy. We are going to grab 6 of these guys, drop them in Northwest. And then we're going to move our infantry and our artillery back to Libya, and we're going to send our tank over to French Equatorial Africa. He'll probably trade this back again, but that's okay. Main thing is we're stacking more here and stacking more here, and I'm going to stack even more USA guys in there, which will be good. So let's do that. I think that's it. Yep. We're good in the Caucasus right now because he didn't move forward at all. He just went back up here. So I'm just going to leave my stuff in the Caucasus for a turn, punch Japan in the mouth as wherever I can with Russia, and then just kind of keep an eye on this stack here. I assume he's going to go back up to Karelia to get another victory city and another manufacturing spot, and a little bit more money that I won't be able to recapture. You may even get both of these. Take this and go up there and stack it. And then I'll have to probably slide. I'll have to take this light. So that's probably a good. It'll get me out of the Caucasus. It'll probably get me out of the Caucasus. Depending, I might be able to just block, and then stay in there. I don't know. I'll have to see. But anyway, that is going to do it for my non-com. Alright, and now we're going to put 3 infantry in Italy, 1 artillery, and 5 infantry in France, and 4 infantry in United Kingdom. How did we get 42 bucks? Oh, we were already making 40. I guess I didn't have to do that. Because we were making 40. I thought I was only making 38. I guess I was making 40. Alright. I assume Japan will take Egypt and Persia. But I might be able to send a fat stack down to Persia with Russia and just push him out of freaking push him out of India. That would be nice if I could do that. I'll have to see. Maybe I can do it, maybe I can't. But like I said, this is, let's see, we got 32 infantry and 11 artillery now. So this is safe right now with no additions. I'm going to add a handful of Americans because I'm going to land a handful of Americans here. So I'm going to send some Americans into Italy and just make it so it's, if he didn't want to trade it for 6, I doubt if he's going to want to trade it for 12 and maybe 14. And it's just going to get worse and worse and worse for him until I can finally push him out of Germany. I have a running tally right now of my attack on Germany, and it's 65% right now, but only 50% to conquer. But I'll have to run the math again on it. So anyway, that's going to do it for United Kingdom round number 9. And I will see you guys back for America round number 9. All right, America round number 9. So Japan bought 8 infantry, a transport, a bomber, and an artillery. And then he pushed forward into Evenki, pushed forward into Trans, and took Egypt, which we figured he would. That's why we backed off these troops, so we could take it back. He took Kazakh as well. He's pushed in pretty light into Kazakh. And that was it. And then for his non-com, fighters moved into, with his aircraft carrier here, infantry to Persia from India. I'd really like to go down and fucking take India back, but I don't think I can do that right now. And then 2 infantry and a bomber went to Szechuan. And then destroyers and the carrier went to 36. Then he just moved a bunch of infantry forward. And then he mobilized a bunch of infantry everywhere. So, I mean, he's coming heavy. What's Japan's attack power? 101? That's pretty legit. I have a 50 attack power lead. That's pretty interesting considering. But then again, I have a serious economic lead. He's making 71 IPCs a turn, and I'm making 97, which is pretty good. Hopefully to be making a couple more after this USA and Russia turn. So anyway, I'm only going to do one attack with America. And that is going to be my 3 infantry here and my bomber to kill those 2 guys. And that's it for that. Let's get that done. Alright, combat was good. We did not lose anybody. So, what we're going to do now is our bomber goes back to Russia. And then we are going to move 7 infantry from France into Italy. So now there's 20 guys in Italy. And then we're going to move this stuff here over to C Zone 8, drop them in France. Our other transports are going back to C-Zone 10. This stuff is moving up to Canada. Our bomber is going to France. This stuff is moving up here to Canada. Because we can use these 2 guys and these 3 planes if he decides to just drop 2 guys in Alaska. And then we're going to take this submarine and go down to 29. And this submarine and go over to 27. At some point, I'd really like to swap our USA fighters for our English fighters here, if only to use them in combo with the subs here. If I can get any leverage, because I've got a couple of bombers now in play here. I could use the fighters and the bombers and the subs to try to get rid of this fleet if I can figure out a way to get them in position. But I don't know if that's possible. Okay. Let me run through that real quick. Alright, I didn't ever go over what I bought. But I bought a transport for C-Zone 11. And then I bought everything else is going into Eastern United States. I'm going to take this back. I'm probably going to take this back with America because I need to send some more infantry down into Africa to start. We're going to play for Africa now. I got to fight some of this stuff here. So I'm going to have to get some more troops down to Africa. So that's why I'm going to probably sack this an artillery and an infantry and a transport to kill this, so that he won't have a landing spot for his bomber. So then 23 will be safe, and I can shuttle troops from C-Zone 8 down to 23 and put some guys in Africa, because I'm going to need to, because he's going to have guys shuttling over here. Now, obviously, if he moves up into Karelia big time heavy, then I can think about sending a stack or 2 down here to try to push him out of India. Or just push across Asia. I gotta figure that out. But if he goes light into all 3 of these, which he might do, I can probably trade them all out. Alright. For Russia, we're just buying 2 artilleries and 7 infantry. Two artilleries and 7 infantry. And then we're going to take 2 infantry and a fighter, and 2 infantry and a fighter to attack Persia and Ukraine. And that is going to be it. I really don't want him to take Karelia back because he's going to be producing stuff there. And I think I can push into West Russia if he goes into Karelia, and he'll have to either move some fighters up there. He won't have enough to defend. I should have enough. Maybe. I don't know. It might be time to buy a couple tanks with Russia. I'll have to see. But I am going to have to fend him off here in in Asia here. All right, so there's that, and I think that's it. All right. For the non-com, our fighters go back to Russia. And then I don't know if I should move any guys into West Russia and make him take that strong. I don't really want him to take it light. Let's see, I'll have 10 and 2 if I leave them in there. Let's just leave it the way it is just for one turn, because I'm going to have 10 infantry and 2 artilleries at the end of this turn in there, and that should be enough to punch out whatever he goes here. This is going to be kind of heavy if he goes heavy. 6 dudes. And then 5 dudes. He'll probably spread those out. But that's okay. We'll just keep fending him off. He's not really building stacks. He's just sending like... I mean, that's a stack, but the rest of it's just like 2 at a time, 3 at a time. So... in any way, we're still doing a running total of what it's going to take to knock out Germany. And we're getting very close. Probably when I get it up to like 70%, I'll probably hit it. Because 7 out of 10 to take Germany might end the game. It might end the game. So, anyway. I think that's it. And then we're going to send 6 and 2. And then 1 into the Caucasus. Alright. Now we can buy 8 more infantry for Russia. So we have a nice, formidable, fat stack here of infantry. And we're still kind of pushing forward. So, but I will run these numbers here again and then see what our odds are to take Germany. And that is going to do it for USA 9, Russia 10. I'll see you guys back for United Kingdom round number 10. Alright, United Kingdom round number 10. So, I did the math on Germany. And with a 1-2 from United Kingdom and America, I have a 96% chance to capture Germany this turn. So I'm going to do that. Now, one thing I am going to do, which I do a lot of times if I have these massive 1-2s like this, I set up a calculator for just America against Germany. And as the battle goes, I'm going to keep running the change in the numbers as he loses guys here in Germany, so that I can hopefully at the end of this save some of my United Kingdom planes. So when it gets down to a certain point when I have like an 80 or a very high likelihood to take Germany, over 75%, maybe 80%, I don't know, I'll have to look, then I will retreat my planes and just hit them with America. So all we did was buy 14 infantry, because we're just going to refill all of our industrial complexes here. Germany, for his benefit, he bought 6 infantry and an artillery, which all went into Berlin. Didn't trade anything. Took Karelia. Oh, he traded Ukraine out. He lost an infantry. And then he went up into Karelia and stacked it, which is fine. I left myself a note here to block Baltic, but I'm going to do that with USA so that his 10 tanks can't try to recap Germany after I take it. And I may not be able to save any United Kingdom fighters, but if it can get in the 90%, I'll try to save some just to protect my navies. I need one in C-Zone 8 and one in C-Zone 5 if I want to protect it. But I think now is the turn to try to knock Germany out of the game. So, first thing we're going to do, because it's very not involved, we're going to hit Egypt with all of our Africa stuff. And then we are going to hit Germany. So we're going to hit Germany. Oh, wait a minute. I can't do that. Oh, yes, I can. I need to take one of those. Load two of those. Go to C-Zone 5. Drop them in Germany. Take my cruisers. Go to C-Zone 5. Bombard Germany. Send the other 4 or the other 10 stack in there. Send. Go up here with 2 transports. Take these 4 guys. Go to C-Zone 5. Drop them in Germany. Take my fighters. Oops, where's my fighter? Take that fighter. Those fighters. And all these fighters. Take this transport up to C-Zone 5. Grab this guy, throw him in Germany. And then take my bomber and hit Germany. Alright, so we're going to hit this. It has a very, very zero chance. It has like a 3% chance of winning. So it's going to say, you know, implausible or whatever. But that's okay because it's part of a 1-2. So I'm not worried about it necessarily. I just need to kill as many units as possible and then calculate where I'm at in a couple of rounds. This battle should take anywhere between 3 and 4 rounds to complete. Alright, let's get this done. Alright, so for combat, we retreated. I had 2 artilleries left and all of my planes because he didn't get any hits with his aircraft, with his whatchamacallits, his anti-air devices. So I went ahead and retreated. I ran the numbers with America. I should be able to take Germany 94% of the time. And I'll have a couple infantry left. And some air power. But anyway, that should be enough. Plus, I actually, once I block Germany from getting the tanks back in there, I should be able to take it with America. So we are going to send our bomber back to the Caucasus. We are going to send 2 fighters to Sea Zone 5, 2 fighters to Sea Zone 8. Hang on a second here. Let me reset all these fighters. Let me see how many moves they got. Okay. So this fighter here goes into 5. This fighter here goes into 5. Okay, this fighter here goes into France. Another fighter into Italy. Let's put him in Italy. Take away that one. We're actually going to put that fighter in Italy as well. Do the fighters in Italy. And then one fighter will go there. Another fighter will go there. What do we got? 1s and 3s. Alright, the 1 will go down to Italy. The 2 will go down to Italy. And then those 2, I think I'm just going to keep the Caucasus. I'm going to trade this and this and this and keep the Caucasus where it's at. Well, I'm going to have to trade these again too. I might not be able to keep the Caucasus where I'm at, but let's send them to France. Let's send them... Yeah, Germany has what, 6 fighters? They won't be able to get there, will they? Oh, they will be able to go there. I don't want them in West Russia. You know what? We'll send them to Italy as well. And then we're going to send 1 aircraft carrier over there, and we'll send the United Kingdom destroyer over there. We're going to leave that aircraft carrier there. Right? Okay. All right. I think that's it. Nothing else I want to move. All right, 14 infantry, 3 into Italy, 6 into France, 5 into United Kingdom. All right. So he's going to be able to land his fighters. Those Japanese fighters can get there. This bomber, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess the bomber can get there. How about this one? 1, 2, 3. So 1 more bomber. So I probably should have calculated that one there. Oh, wait a minute. Wrong one. It's still 90%. 90% to take Germany out. So, even if he lands his Japanese fighters and his bomber there. Nope. Alright. He can take Egypt again and open up Africa for him, which is fine. Once I knock Germany out, with America, because what's German's money? 22? It's not a lot, but It's something. Once I knock them out, I should be able to slide in 14 more United Kingdom infantry, plus whatever lives, plus build 10 more with Germany, with USA, and then hopefully land some of my fighters in there. And then this stack here should be useless in getting it back. And then it's just a matter of just wearing him out and fighting off France. So that is going to do it for United Kingdom round 10. And it was kind of a long turn, so I took my time recalculating the battles. But I will see you guys back for United States round number 10. All right, USA round number 10. So this is the turn that we're going to hopefully knock out Germany. Japan bought 9 infantry, 2 tanks, and a bomber. And he took all the stuff we thought he would take. He surrounded Russia, took a lot of my undefendeds. Then he pushed into Egypt and killed everything. He only lost 2 infantry, so that was good. So he's opening up Africa. And then took Kazakh. All right. Mobilized a bunch of infantry to India, Manchuria, Japan, Kwangtung, and a bomber and a tank to Thailand. Okay. That's fine. It's not going to be enough. So and he did not send any of his fighters. He did not send these fighters to Germany to defend it. So my odds to kill Germany just went up to 98%. So I am going to kill them. So first thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to take 1 infantry. I'm going to go to Sea Zone 5 and take Baltic. And that's just to block his 10 tanks from counterpunching me. Whatever I have left here, obviously there'll be no aircraft in there, and his tanks will not be able to come in and counterpunch. He does have a formidable stack there, but I should have enough aircraft and be able to build enough troops here to safely eradicate that, or at least hold it off. And then we're going to attack Germany, right? So I need to grab 2 of these guys. Go to Sea Zone 5. Drop them in Germany. Take my battleship. Go to 5. Attack Germany. And then we're going with 28 infantry. 6 artillery. All right. We're taking the 5 fighters. And this is nice because he has no air defense. And the 2 bombers. And we're going to attack Germany. Is there anything that I missed there? Nope, I didn't miss anything. I don't think I missed it. Like I said, it's going to take 3 rounds, but it's 98%. Hopefully I have a better result than 50-50. And I have some infantry left over. But that is going to do it for my attacks. So let's get this done. Okay, combat was good. We took Germany, which was really nice, and we still have 15 infantry left over, which is really nice. So we are going to send our aircraft carrier and our 2 destroyers down to 13, and we're going to send 2 of our fighters. Oh, they all have the same amount. Okay. 2 of our fighters over there. And then the other 3 are going to go We'll put them in Morocco. And our bombers will go to Russia. Right? Okay. Alright, so now C-Zone 8 went down to 13. Okay. And then we're going to send this stuff here down to Morocco. And then we're going to send 1 artillery and 1 infantry down to Africa. I didn't even tell you what I bought, huh? So I bought 3 artilleries, 2 transports, and a bomber. Let's see. Where can this bomber go? We'll put it back in France. All right. And then we're going to send these transports over to 10. So we're going to send these artilleries and these infantry. Oops, not all of them. Hold on. Okay, hold on a second. Now I screwed the whole thing up. All right. I need to take one of these and one of these. Take it to Africa. All right. Now I need to move these up here and 2 of them up there to go with these transports. Rest of the stuff is going to stay here. Let's see. The sub will go back to 27. All right, I think that's it. I think that is all I want to do. Right? Right. All right. Okay, I think that's it. All right, our transport and our 3 artillery and our bomber all go into the western United States. I'm sorry, the eastern United States. And we're up to 73. What are we making with America? 50? All right, we can do that. That's good. All right, for Russia, we're just buying 8 infantry. Right? And then we are going... Okay, here we go. So this infantry is going to take Bello. We're going to take 2 infantry and 2 tanks. Take Ukraine. We're going to take 2 infantry and a fighter at both of these territories. And then we're going to take 1 artillery and 2 infantry. And then we're going to take 3 infantry and 2 artillery at Kaz. Right? Right. All right, let me just look at this real quick. So there's 1 to Bello, 2 infantry, 2 tanks to Ukraine, 2 infantry and a plane to Arch, 2 infantry and a plane to Vologda, 2 infantry, 1 artillery to Novo, 3 infantry, 2 artillery to Kaz. Alright. I think that is it for all of my attacks for Russia. Alright, combat was okay. We did lose a few guys. But here's the thing, we can trade now. We can afford to trade with Russia now because Germany's dead. He still has a decent stack here, but now everything he loses he can't replace. And next turn I'm going to have... uh, 39 guys in Berlin. And a bunch of fighters, and that should be enough to keep this stack from getting it back. So this stuff's going back to Russia, and then we're going to send our AA guns back there. We're going to send 1 infantry to block West Russia. And then we'll send everything else back up to Russia. All right. I think that's it. Yeah. All right, 8 infantry go into... He has no German planes, right? I don't think he has any German planes anywhere. And this guy's going to fly away from there before Japan moves. So... that is going to be it. And I'm up to 24 again, so I can buy 8 more guys. So I'll have 50 infantry in Russia, which should be enough to withstand a lot of attacks. And then some of these fighters can bleed off and go over to Russia if we need them to. Some of them are going to have to stay here to defend Germany, but some of them can go back over there or support this fleet that's going to be here. All this stuff is going back here. It's going to take a couple turns though to get around the horn. So, but that is going to do it for... what the heck? Oh yeah, he doesn't have a... all right. That's going to do it for USA 10 and Russia 11. And I will see you guys back for United Kingdom round number 11. Alright, welcome back. This is the end of the game. So my opponent forfeited. A wise decision. He wasn't going to win the game. It was going to go for a while, probably, until I squeezed him out of here. And then it would just have been, once all this stuff was dead, I could just send bum rush everything I got Russians down to take India. So it would have been a few turns probably, because Japan was a friggin' beast, making $49 a turn. But USA was up to $50 because we took Germany, and so it was just a matter of time until this game was over. Obviously, the biggest thing about this game was he never took back. So the whole point of the jam strategy, right? There are two things about the jam which I really, really like so far. And just so you know, my opponent turned out to be gold, rank 339. So gold level player with the Axis. And the thing I like about the jam is that it's almost impossible to lose the game on the first turn. Lots of guys, all you guys know that if you do the 9-12 and you have shitty dice, you can ask, unless you're playing somebody brand new to the game or whatever, you can put yourself in such a hole that it's very, very difficult to win. Some would say you can't win if you have a shitty 9-12. So I opt to not have a shitty 9-12 and instead do the West Russia jam strategy, which is basically ultra defensive with Russia, ultra aggressive with the other two powers. But the whole point is you have to, in addition to jamming up Russia, you have to get landings. You have to get the Axis to focus on the back end here so that Russia can build up a nice fat stack and then push out against Japan and defend itself. I held on to India for a decent amount of time, but then I was forced to bounce out of it. And then once I left it, that's usually not good for the Allies, but I had a beachhead in France, and he never kicked me out of it. And once he didn't kick me out of it, and this was completely safe, I started moving fat stacks into the surrounding territories so that it would be even harder for him to trade the other two. So he ended up not trading anything. And then this stack here from his, even though it was nice and big, it was totally isolated. I don't remember what turn it was, but there was a turn where it wasn't going to get reinforcements anymore. And even as good as this stack is, once it's not being reinforced anymore, Russia's going to win. Not win the game, but Russia's going to outlast the German side. And once you can do that, you can focus on defending against Japan and just giving the Allies enough room to hammer the west coast of Germany, which worked out in this case. The other thing I did was, halfway through the game, I threw some troops and a handful of planes in Hawaii. I got to get better at setting up a defense for that, maybe earlier in the game, because there was a point in time where if he had pressed, I think he could have taken Hawaii, and then I wouldn't have been able to defend it because he had a nice fleet. This fleet, it's a huge fleet. I'm doing nothing over here. So having this fleet here really isn't doing him any good. The aircraft carriers and maybe one battleship or a destroyer or two. But some of the stuff should have been over here, at least threatening United States, because I didn't have anything to worry about. I just needed to throw a couple planes, one plane every turn, into Hawaii to get that defended. Once he had given up and he wasn't going to take Hawaii, which I think was a mistake, because he can push into Africa, which is a good idea. But he really, and there's way too many industrial complexes here. If you took India and maybe Manchuria, so a lot of people, and even me, I like to drop an industrial complex in Manchuria. But these other two are silly. They're just silly. One or the other. I do like the Kwangtung complex because it's one turn if you drop tanks in there from hitting cause. So I do like that. But he spent $45 just to buy industrial complexes. which was detracting from Japan's money. I mean, look at Japan's troops. He could have had 15 extra. He could have had a stack of 15 guys in Asia instead of 3 industrial complexes, and 15 guys would have marched, and I would have had to pull some of this stuff back, and it would have been harder for me to simply just keep counterpunching Germany until it would have been a lot harder. The idea behind my Axis strategy anyway is to, my new one anyway, stack the relevant victory cities and then hold Russia back while Japan moves forward into Russia and kills it. Now, does it work all the time? No. Does it work most of the time? I don't know. I haven't played enough games, I don't think, to say that with any confidence. But definitely you can't allow a foothold in France. And, you know, I threw the industrial complex there with United Kingdom. It just worked out that way. Generally, I would much rather have America doing that because they usually have more money. But in this case, I was making almost $40 with United Kingdom, which is really nice. And that's the other thing. You can't. I took these two late. The Nordic territories up here for Norway and Finland. Should have tried to take them a little bit earlier, but I wanted to get as much pressure and trade France and Northwestern as many times as possible to get him not sending more troops towards my front here. So it worked out in this game. Took 11 turns, but it worked out. I'm going to keep doing the jam because I just enjoy it. I think it gives me more options. I don't feel like I have one round of crappy dice and I'm out. So I like it so far. Obviously, you know, I haven't played it against platinum players yet. I think I did once, but I don't think it worked. But I'm going to keep doing it and see if the success continues. But anyway, that is a rather long-winded end of this game and the end of this video. If you stuck around till the very end, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you back for another video.